Hi, this is Mayank Shekhar from India. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. I think a lot of people watching this would think I should be pinching myself that I'm hanging with you right now. You know, well, you have an India connection. I met you when you were in Bombay once upon a time, not too long ago. You shot in India. Is that a place that you're going to return to anytime soon?
I'd love to. That was one of the best experiences of my career, and the people. I love the food, but I remember we were shooting, and I've never had this happen before. 2,000-3,000 people lining the streets watching at the end of every take, applauding. And as soon as we called action, they were silent, so well behaved, and then bang, applause again at the end of it. And so to have that kind of instant gratification and feedback was unlike anything. And look, we make these films for the fans. We're only here because of the fans, and the fan base in India is incredible. And as you say, the first film, the origin was India, so it's a very special place in our heart.
Right, and the genre you're dealing with is a hardcore live action, right? And when you do, say, for instance, a Thor, like if you do, like, how different is it for you as an actor in terms of? I'm guessing there's a lot of green screen there, and there's nothing there. Is that what happened?
Well, it's a lot to do with how Sam shoots. You know, the Marvel, there's a lot more special effects, a lot of green screen, and it looks brilliant at the end of the day, but I think there's a bit of a fatigue around special effects. And what was refreshing, I think, for an audience, but also for me in front of the camera, was I'm immersed in that experience. You know, everything you see on camera, 95% of what you see happened on the day within that frame. It's not post-production, so Sam had me on top of a moving train going 50 miles an hour, helicopter 20 feet in front of me flying backwards, helicopters landing on the train, guys getting out, 500 people within a fight scene, like extras and background performers. So the complexity of it was huge, and the preparation time was bigger than anything I've done, but the reward is so much greater. You know, there's a visceral integrity and truth you get on screen, which I think an audience, that's what they're responding to. You know, they know it's not special effects and CGI. They can feel it. They're right there with you. The intimidation, adrenaline, exhaustion you see on the actor's face, the audience are experiencing that too. So I think it's how a lot of films should be shot traditionally.
And that's a very 90s thing, right? You saw a lot more action movies of that sort about 20 years ago. You see very few of them. Is that something?
Yeah, it's a bit of an homage back to that period, but and I was inspired by those films. But the complexity now of the stunt work and the camera work and so on has evolved to such an extent now. You know, a lot of it can be. It's brilliant. I grew up on it all, but they're static in comparison to how Sam shoots. You know, the dynamic movement and the athleticism required from Sam and the other camera guys holding the cameras. They're running with us through shots. They're climbing up on top of the trains with us. You know, things are on fire, things are blowing up. They're in the center of it. It's it's not put on a tripod.
There's a fake image of Tom Cruise that went viral about him and his stunt doubles. Obviously, that wasn't true. Do you have too many of them?
Mate, everyone has stunt doubles. Let me tell you this, right? Everyone has stunt doubles. And whether it's, at the end of the day, Tom Cruise steps in and does the stunt, which I take my hat off to, he does some insane stuff. And it's the same with me. We may do the stunts at the end of the day, but 3-4 months of prep has gone into it from your stunt double. They've rehearsed it, they've trained, they've figured out, here are the bad ways to do it, here's all the injuries we received, and here's the safest version for you. Always risk involved, but the real heroes and the unsung heroes are the stunt guys back screen. As I said, whether or not the final stunt is done by them, they've done it 1,000 more times than you to make sure it's safe, and that goes for every single actor on the planet. And Tom Cruise is one of the few guys that even do that final stunt. A lot of guys let the stunt guys carry on through.
At that age, right?
At any age, So he's a huge inspiration, and as I said, everyone has stunt doubles, but on that final day, it depends. If you want, and a lot of guys prefer, don't prefer.
Chris, be safe. Thank you.